Welcome to McDonald's, honey! Today, I'm gonna be making low-cal versions of McDonald's 6-piece chicken McNugget, small fry, Oreo McFlurry, and the big breakfast with hot cakes. I stopped eating at McDonald's because it's really expensive for what you get, and it never really keeps me that full, so it never seems worth the calories. Instead, I make my own versions at home. That way I can still satisfy my McDonald's cravings, but also save calories and money. Once I started making my own fast food at home, I was able to get into a calorie deficit and I lost 50 pounds in 3 months. So I'm gonna be starting with the big breakfast with hot cakes first. This is what you're gonna need. First, the McDonald's big breakfast with hot cakes is a warm biscuit, sausage, scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and hotcakes with butter and syrup. Before I get into what my version is going to need, if you want to support the channel and you think you can handle more of this thing and sassy, we have channel memberships. If you want to click the join button, you can become a member of the Cute Heart Club and get some really cool bonus videos plus baller emojis, custom emojis that is. Okay, so this is what we're gonna need for my big breakfast with hotcakes. We need 6, I'm making 2 servings, one for me and one for Sassy, so we need 6 protein pancakes, ready-made ones. These are the Premier Protein frozen pancakes that we got from Costco. I like to thaw mine overnight in the fridge, but you can use these from frozen. 2 medium eggs, half a cup of egg whites, and these are from Costco. We need some salt and pepper for the eggs. Some sort of reduced fat crescent roll or biscuit. I'm using the crescent rolls, the Pillsbury reduced fat ones. I'm only gonna use 2, but I'm gonna cook all of them and freeze the rest for future use. 4 chicken breakfast sausages. I'm using the Maple Lodge Farms Ultimate Original Chicken Breakfast Sausage. I'm gonna throw the rest of these in the freezer and just cook the ones we need. 2 hash brown patties. And I am using the McCain Classic hash brown patties. Because you get butter and syrup with the hotcakes, we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of low-calorie syrup that has been divided into 2 tablespoons each. And I'm using the Steve's Maples low-cal syrup that you can get from Walmart. And we need 4 teaspoons of light margarine divided into 2 teaspoons each. And I'm using the Baicel light margarine because it's our favorite. It tastes like the most buttery. I have these little mini containers with lids for this. I got those from Amazon. Then Kyle and I are actually meal prepping this. We're gonna eat it tomorrow. So we need 4 meal prep containers, 2 with compartments and 2 without compartments. We actually love breakfast for dinner. So this is going to be our dinner tomorrow, because tonight we're eating the McNuggets and fries, which you're gonna see in a minute. So I have the oven preheated to 375 degrees, and I wanna get the crescent rolls baking. So let's clear some space and then I'll roll these up for you. Anyone else always get like nervous when you pop this thing? Come on.
Yeah.
Makes 8 of them, so just go like this. Hey, there we go. Okay, and then you just kind of roll them loose. And then you can shape them into crescent shapes, but I don't really mind them being flat. Okay. And then kind of just put them spaced apart, so because they do puff up when they bake. And on the tube, it says 10 to 13 minutes at 375. So that's what we'll do. Okay, so these are ready. I'm gonna put the timer on for 13 minutes, but I'll check them halfway and see how they're looking. Okay, the crescent rolls are baking. Now I'm gonna start the air fryer. Air fry, and I'm gonna do 390 for 8 to 12 minutes for both the hash browns and the sausage. I'm gonna cook them at the same time. So I'm gonna do 12 minutes, that way we're covered. Okay, it's preheated. I have sprayed the basket with cooking spray. I'm gonna place my hash browns on the one side. And then the sausages on this side. And I am going to flip these halfway through cooking time. So I'm gonna do 8 to 12 minutes and flip them halfway through cooking time. And then they'll be done when the hash browns are crispy and the sausages are no longer pink. There we go. Now I'm going to preheat my frying pan. I've got a medium frying pan sprayed with some cooking spray. I'm gonna heat it on medium for the eggs. Okay, I'm gonna do the eggs. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of pepper and salt to taste. I'm just gonna whisk the egg whites in with the eggs, and then we'll pour them into the preheated pan and scramble them up. I have put the egg whites already in here with the eggs, so I'm just scrambling them up together. Okay, now we'll put them in the pan. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour them in my preheated pan, and I'm gonna scramble these for 3 to 5 minutes until they're set. And to scramble, you just kind of push the eggs along until they form little curdles, little curds. Everything is ready. The sausage took 8 minutes. The hash browns took 10 minutes. The eggs took 3 minutes. And the crescent rolls took 9 minutes. So now let's put this all together. What I wanna do with the big containers is I'm gonna take the 3 pancakes and put them in one side of the container. Then we're gonna put lids on our margarine and pop it in like that on the other side in the container. And we're gonna do the same for the syrup. Okay, so I'm gonna do a 1/3 cup of eggs, and I'm gonna put it in one of the small compartments here, like that. And then I've done the same for this side. And there's just a few eggs left, so I'm just gonna take a spoon and put it in each container. That's fairly even. That looks beautiful. Then I'm gonna take 2 sausages and put them in the other small compartment. And then I'm gonna put the hash browns in this side. Once the crescent rolls are cooled a little bit more, I'm gonna wrap them in plastic wrap, and I'm just gonna put them on the top like that. That way everything will be ready, and tomorrow when we eat this for dinner, we will just pull out the margarine and the syrup and the crescent roll, and we'll heat everything in the microwave for about a minute, and then I'll probably do the crescent rolls for 30 seconds, and then we'll just top everything with syrup and margarine, and it's gonna be amazing. Okay, so this makes 2 servings. Per serving for my version, it's 623 calories, 27 grams of fat, 56 grams of carbs, and 38 grams of protein. For McDonald's version, it's 1,340 calories, 63 grams of fat, 158 grams of carbs, and 36 grams of protein. So by making my version, you're saving 717 calories, 36 grams of fat, 102 grams of carbs, and you're adding 1 gram of protein.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing. And I've got the crescent rolls all wrapped up and ready to go. So I'm gonna store this in the fridge, and then we'll reheat it in the microwave like I mentioned earlier. So get ready, because next you're gonna see my version of the McNuggets and fries. All right, for my version of the 6-piece chicken McNugget and small fry with ketchup, this is what we're gonna need. 12, because I'm making 2 servings, one for me and one for Kyle, 12 pieces of lightly breaded chicken. So I'm using these Kirkland Signature lightly breaded chicken chunks from Costco. These are so good. I don't even need dipping sauce for them. Like, they are so good. So we need that. Then we need 170 grams of shoestring fries divided into 85 grams each. And look at how much you get. You get a really good serving. And this is what we use. They're the Cavendish Farms restaurant-style drive-through fries. And these taste so close to McDonald's that Kyle and I often joke that these are probably the ones that they use because
they're very similar.
Very similar. And then
they even show like fast food
kind of takeout container on the front.
Yeah, they do. They really taste similar. And that's always what we try to do when we make fast food at home. It has to be fast. That's why we use things like this. And it has to taste just as good as the real thing or as close as possible, or else what's the point, right? So this is incredibly tasty. For ketchup, we need 2 tablespoons of no sugar added ketchup, divided into 1 tablespoon each, and I got them in their own little dipping containers. Even looks like McDonald's.
Whoa.
This is the Heinz ketchup, no sugar added, that we use. It's our favorite ketchup. I have the air fryer preheated to 390 degrees. I'm gonna cook the chicken first. I'm gonna go spray the basket with cooking spray and then put these in for 6 minutes and flip them halfway through cooking time. Okay, so the basket is sprayed. I'm gonna put Kyle's 6 pieces on one side and then mine on the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll keep them separated just to keep the calories even Steven. I have the timer set to 12 minutes because we're gonna cook the fries immediately after the chicken, and doing it this way, we only have to preheat the air fryer once. Genius hack! All right, this is done. So the chicken took 6 minutes and the fries took 4 minutes. Now this makes 2 servings. So for my version of the 6-piece chicken McNugget with a small fry plus ketchup, it's 375 calories, 20 grams of fat, 39 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. For McDonald's version, the 6-piece McNugget, small fry plus ketchup, it's 500 calories, 25 grams of fat, 48 grams of carbs, and only 19 grams of protein. So by making my version, you're saving 125 calories, 5 grams of fat, 9 grams of carbs, and you're adding 11 grams of protein.
That's great.
Yes. So we gotta salt these babies up, dip our little cutie in ketchup.
And stick around because we're making dessert too.
I can't believe how close those are. Yeah, stay tuned because Oreo McFlurry is coming up after we eat.
You've met your match, Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah, be scared. All right, so I'm just getting set up for my McFlurry. And what I've got is Halo Top, and I'm gonna do 1.5 cups. And I chose the cookies and cream because I thought this will make it extra cookie and creamy and even better than an Oreo McFlurry. So I've got my stand mixer set up. I've let the Halo Top sit out for about 5 minutes while we ate our dinner, just to soften enough. And I'm gonna put 1.5 cups in. I got a paddle attachment on my mixer. And what I'm gonna do is start to very slowly blend this. I wanna make it nice and soft and creamy. Kind of like, you know, the McFlurry soft serve ice cream. And then I'm gonna add 2 crushed Oreo thins, which I've got here. And these are the Oreo thins right there. I put them in a Ziploc bag and I rolled them with a rolling pin to crush them. So I'm just gonna turn this on low. Beautiful, that looks perfect. So now I'm gonna throw the Oreo crumbs in there and I'm just gonna lower this, pull out the paddle attachment, and I'm gonna take a spatula and I'm just gonna fold the Oreo crumbs in there, and then I'm gonna scoop it into my bowl. Actually, let's pull this out. Now, we'll scoop it right into the bowl.
Lovely soft.
Oh, it looks great. Exactly like what I was hoping. A beautiful soft serve McFlurry, bud. All right, so my version is 350 calories, 10 grams of fat, 63 grams of carbs, and 16 grams of protein. McDonald's version of the regular Oreo McFlurry is 570 calories, 19 grams of fat, 90 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of protein. So by making my version, you are saving 220 calories, 9 grams of fat, 27 grams of carbs, and you're adding 5 grams of protein.
Great.
Oh yeah, let's have a little taste. Thanks for watching, cuties. Oh, that's freaking baller. I ain't ever going back to McDonald's. Peace.
See ya.
See ya. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.